Hello, everybody. Hello, you guys. Welcome. I want to talk to you guys about habits and consistency. Very important conversation to have. Habits and consistency. So I woke up this morning and I was about to do my workout. And if you guys watch my stories, I literally always post like my morning routine. I post my hot cup of tea. I post like doing my morning workout. I always like post in the mornings. And before I was about to do my workout, I said to myself, I feel like all of my days are literally the same. Like I feel like I live the same day every single day. Like I feel like every single day my days are the same. I wake up, I do my morning routine, I have my hot cup of tea, I do my workout, and then I go for a walk. Like I feel like I'm living the same day every single day. And I started to recognize that the reason why it feels this way is because I have mastered habits. I have mastered my habits that allows me to be so darn consistent every single day. And it wasn't always this way, you guys. I was the queen of self-sabotage. I was the queen of inconsistency, especially with my diet. You know, working out, I've always enjoyed working out. But when it came to my diet, I was like the least consistent person. I just worked out. Amazing. So good. I'm sure you're feeling all the good endorphins. I love it. I just went for a walk and I feel amazing. Nothing better than like getting outside in the sunshine, the fresh air, just feels so good. So I wasn't always consistent. You know, my friends would always tell me, Lorna, you're so motivated. You're so consistent. You're such an inspiration. And little did they know, it's like, I could never stay consistent with any diet plan that I've tried. I've tried so many different things. 21-day fix, Beachbody, macros, intermittent fasting. Like I've tried so many different things. And I would do good for a short period of time. But then I would fall off track. And I'm sure many of you guys can relate to this, right? It's like, ooh, okay, a meal plan. I'm going to try a meal plan. And then when the meal plan doesn't work or like you're bored of it, it's like, then I heard about macros and calories. Like, ooh, I can eat whatever I want. I can just like plug in my macros. I'm like, ooh, okay, I'm going to do my macros. And then when I was like exhausted tracking calories and macros all day, I'm like, ooh, intermittent fasting. Ooh, this isn't a diet. I can just like eat whatever I want as long as I like eat within this window. Ooh, amazing. There was always like this next shiny object. Like what's the next thing that I can try because maybe this is going to be it. And I had this belief that there was like this perfect diet because I was inconsistent. So I'm like, I just need to find the perfect diet. So I hopped from the meal plan to the tracking calories and macros to intermittent fasting to then keto. Like I was always trying to find the thing. I'm like, okay, maybe this is it. Maybe this is the solution. Maybe this plan is the one that I'm gonna, is gonna allow me to finally be consistent. And what I realized was the missing piece of why I was so inconsistent was I did not have habits in place. I did not have habits in place. Habits are not sexy, you guys. Let's be honest. The new diet over here that's like so shiny and it's like, ooh, like everybody's going on this new diet. Like I have to go on that new diet. Like that's so much sexier than habits. Habits are not like sexy. They're not like, ooh, I can't wait to be so consistent with my habits. Like it's not a sexy thing. And you know what? With habits, they become boring. What is a habit? A habit becomes a habit because you do something over and over and over again until it becomes effortless. It just becomes ingrained in your mind. It becomes so second nature for you. Why do so many people fall off track? Because staying consistent with doing the daily habits over and over and over again, it's boring. It's boring being consistent with the same habits, doing the same thing every single day. That's not fun. There's no excitement. It feels boring. It feels bland. It feels mundane. So everyone's always searching for that next shiny thing that's gonna get them results, that's gonna get their spark back, that's gonna get their motivation back. And this was me. Every time I would be like inconsistent, I'm like, okay, but I just need to find that diet. Like, what's the new thing that I can start? Because I thought that it was the new diet or the new program or the new thing that I can start that's gonna give me the motivation that I needed. When really, I needed to master my habits. And now to this day, you guys, like, I am consistent, but I didn't like wake up, so to speak, and be like, I am somebody who's consistent. I have a history of being very inconsistent. I decided to be somebody who was consistent. I decided to master my habits. I decided to be somebody who was integral with my word. I decided to show up no matter what. I give myself lots of grace and lots of self-compassion, but I also like have this like fiery energy of me of like, I show up no matter what. I have non-negotiables in my life no matter what, because I want to feel my best. I want to have energy. I want to feel good in my skin. I want to feel good. So there's a little bit of like this balance of like, I give myself grace and self-compassion, but there's also tough love to be like, you said you were going to do something. Go and do it. This is how I am so consistent every single day. You guys probably see on my stories, like I work out, I go for my walks, I get in quality sleep, I have my morning routine. Like those are non-negotiables for me. I go to my yoga. I have habits that are just non-negotiables for me. It's not, ooh, if I feel good, then I'm going to stay consistent. Well, if I'm having a good day, then I'll be consistent. It's not about that. It's about I am consistent because this is who I am. I am somebody who's consistent. I am somebody who has habits in place. I have non-negotiables in my life. This is so important. Not everybody stays consistent because these habits are boring. Doing the same daily habits every single day, it's repetitive. It can feel boring. There's no like excitement like a new diet would give you. So we think the new diet is going to like reignite this excitement in you. When really, if you want to no longer feel like you're on track and off track and on track and off track and you want to break out of that yo-yo dieting, you really do have to master your habits and understand how powerful habits can be. If you don't believe that a single habit's going to change your life, you're not going to do it. It's not sexy getting 8 hours of sleep every night. It's not sexy going to bed at like 9:30. It's not sexy waking up in the morning and, doing a workout. Like it's not like this exciting thing. Sometimes I feel like, oh my gosh, like I just do the same thing every single day. And I'm like, but that makes sense because of course, this is who I am. I'm somebody who's consistent. Oh, right. A lot of people aren't consistent because they're not willing to go through and do the same things over and over again that feel mundane, that feel kind of like boring. But it's like, that's what's required to actually be consistent. That's actually what's required. It's choosing to be somebody who's consistent. It's choosing to be integral with your word. I know when I'm going to work out. I know when I go to my yoga classes. It's not like, oh, but I'm only going to show up if I'm feeling good. Or like, I'm only going to show up if I ate well today. I'm only going to work out if I like ate really clean. It's not about that. This is who I am. I am somebody who works out. I am somebody who goes to my yoga classes. I am somebody who gets up at 5:30 a.m. Like, this is just who I am. So if you are finding yourself lacking consistency, doing well for a short time, falling off track, getting on the bandwagon, falling off track. Really ask yourself, like, what is your relationship with your habits? Do you have habits in place? And are you consistent with them? We don't think getting 8 hours of sleep is going to make a big deal. It's like, I'm so out of control with food. Like, what do I eat? And there is that aspect, but also, like, are you getting enough sleep? Are you going to bed on time? Do you have a morning routine? Are you meditating? Like, what habits do you have in place? That is going to be way more powerful, way more effective than any other, like, diet or any other, like, oh, just eat this. It's not about that. It's not about that. It's about mastering the basics, and it's about mastering the habits that is actually going to change your life. I used to think, like, sleep, like, I'm out of control. Like, I don't need to work on my sleep. I don't need a morning routine. Like, I'm out of control with food. Like, how do I eat? What do I eat? And then I was like, oh, well, if I am somebody who goes to bed at a certain time, I am somebody who wakes up at a certain time, I am integral with my word, I have these morning routines, and I'm, like, just so consistent with them, that's actually going to help me with my food inevitably, because I'm getting quality sleep. My hunger hormones are going to regulate. I have energy. I'm not so deprived and I don't have these crazy cravings because I'm prioritizing my habits. I'm prioritizing my sleep. I'm prioritizing my morning routine to ground myself, to get outside, get some fresh air, move my body. So habits are truly everything. Habits are truly everything. And you have to really start seeing them as something that's going to change your life. If you're struggling with binge eating right now, that actually is a habit. It's an unhealthy habit, but you've gotten there by continuously binging over and over and over again. And now the binging is just on autopilot. Imagine if you had healthy habits in place that were just on autopilot, that were just so effortless for you. Just like giving into the urge to binge. It's like so effortless, right? It's like, of course I'm going to give in. It feels so uncomfortable. Of course I got to give in. Imagine you felt that way with, like, your habits. Like, of course I'm going to wake up at, 5:30 a.m. Or, like, of course I'm going to go for a walk. Of course I'm going to meal prep. Of course I'm going to take good care of myself. Of course I'm going to meditate today. Imagine if your habits were on autopilot that were actually beneficial for you. This will literally change the game for you. Consistency requires healthy habits in place. So forget the diet, forget, like, what you need to eat, and forget about, like, the next shiny diet that you need to hop onto. Focus on mastering your habits, and this will absolutely change your life. So I just wanted to share that because this morning when I was about to do my workout, I'm like, I just feel like I live the same life, like, every single day. I just went for a walk. I'm like, it's the same thing every single day, but I'm like, it makes sense. This is who I am. I'm just somebody who is always consistent. Like, it just becomes effortless for me. I don't have to try. And I wasn't always this way. You guys. Become somebody who is integral with your word. Become somebody who has mastered their habits, and you will never have to restart a diet ever again. You'll never have to fall off track. This is just who you are. Your habits are just part of who you are. This will change everything for you. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys so much for being here. Have an incredible rest of your day, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.